theatrical release. Snoop Dogg, the big homies, on board as a producer. We got this red carpet. We got so much magic and energy. And, you know, we haven't had an event like this on the West Coast since Straight Outta Compton. And this happens to be the most diverse film of any South Central LA film. So shout out to the king himself, right? My brother John Singleton, who put me on, Baby Boy. So I'm just grateful, you know. When I say the most diverse cast, only I can say that. This is the Fast and the Furious of South Central cinema.
Hey, but Ray, well, that was our second film together. We did The Iceman exactly a decade ago. I love how, you know, tenacious he was. He was so on point. He never left the set. He was like, for me, he was an amazing partner. Because Ray, after he trusted me. So an OG like Snoop, you know, is something that this movie need to have. Because if we don't have it, then you're like, then who represents this film? Who is behind it? So yeah, Snoop definitely represents South Central LA, and The Chronic was the year that he, you know, came up with debut album. So 92 is a big year for him.
One of the reasons was I actually lived through 1992, so I understood, you know, a couple of things that actually happened in that movie, and I felt like the story and, you know, the great acting and the great directing, I wanted to be a part of it in any way I could, and it just felt like it was a natural culmination considering that Death Row Records was really, you know, founded in 91, 92. It just was so much around that year and around this whole movie that just made sense to come together. Man, rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Shout out to his family for allowing this movie to actually come out. I mean, he's one of the greatest actors to ever grace the screen, and he did a phenomenal job. He left it all on the screen. If this is his last performance, it is Oscar-worthy, if you ask me.
A lot of times we see Tyrese as this fun, bombastic kind of character in the Fast Furious franchises, but you know, this, he dug deep and he really went for something a little more raw, a little more gritty. So I thought he did a great job. Having Snoop on board is so cool. I mean, Snoop's as big as he's ever been right now. He's hosting the Olympics. He's doing things I never thought I'd see Snoop Dogg do, and I love it.
Oh, God, I am overwhelmed. So many beautiful faces, so many friends, so many family. I just can't say thank you enough to the team over at Lionsgate, to our beautiful director, Ariel Vromen, to my castmates, and to all the fans that'll show up and watch this movie. This movie is a very special LA film, and we need your support, and we have your support, and so I'm just grateful. Antoine has this coming-of-age kind of story where he deals with neglect. He deals with not having a father and his mother. He comes from a broken home, and so Antoine really is fighting for love. He's fighting for a voice. He's fighting to understand himself, and it kind of comes across in his relationship with his father.
I loved the relationships, the father-son relationships that this movie has. I also love the action. I think it's this really wonderful taste of these 90s classic movies, but the relationships are so strong. It's not something I've seen in an action movie before. So, yeah, I'm excited people to enjoy it, and I really loved the character, and the opportunity to work with Ray was something I couldn't pass up. So Dennis is part of this crime family, and he feels a bit of a fish out of water. He's not used to this lifestyle, but he does it because he loves his father and his brother. He wants to connect his family, but he finds himself in these situations he's not really equipped for. And I think throughout the film, he realizes the kind of man his dad is. I think he idolizes his dad, and he kind of realizes that he's not who he thought he was.
It's an amazing film. I've been in this a long time, and so for me to get a great film on Labor Day weekend is amazing. It's exciting because, it's Ray Liotta's one of his last projects to work on, and so, hopefully we did him proud. It's about a father and son bond, and I'm a father. My son actually plays in the NBA. His name is Malik Beasley, so I understand the father and son dynamic and just the loving interest of the father and son.
It kind of reveals a lot about LA that people don't know about 1992. I play a gang member who too often is thought of as just a destructive member of the community, but in actuality, a lot of the gang activity, even during the riots in LA in 1992, was helping communities, was helping put families back together, was helping stopping violence, sometimes from police officers. So my character is kind of a window into the other part of the story that people don't know about.
I play the bad guy, which means I get to have all the fun, and just trying to keep the tension up in the movie. I play Ray Liotta's right-hand man, and we're out here to create some damage and earn some money, but it's not going according to plan.
You know, we went through something kind of similar to the situation back in 2020, and so for the young guys, I was born in '98. This, you know, obviously based in 1992. We didn't get to see that time and what had happened, but it's not necessarily about the riots. It's not about the looting. It's about an innocent black man being killed, and, you know, what we could take away from those situations, how we could be the change.